Welcome to the FGTN show, Fishing Gear and Tech News. I'm your host, Alex Tim, and Garmin just dropped their new GPSMAP 9000 series in the sizes that we care about. There's fresh ice gear hitting the market from JT, Fenwick, Summit, and many more that we're going to talk about. And we've got major updates from across the fishing and ice fishing world. We've got deals starting to hit. We've got some of the shows that are coming. A new show was just announced. Not really a show, kind of like an expo. We're going to talk about that. Some new rule changes in Minnesota. We're going to do them at the end of the stream. So those of you that are not from Minnesota don't need to be bored. But if you want to check out and hear about the deals, you're going to need to stick around till the end anyways. So if you are watching live or you're on the replay squad, tell me in the chat, what new gear or tech has you fired up for this season? And we can go ahead and jump in here. I see there's a lot of people tuning in. We're running a little bit late tonight. I took a week off and literally there's like updates on all of the platforms and systems that I use. We got some cool stuff coming for you next week, so stay tuned for that. We got some really cool stuff coming. Not sure why the comments didn't come up. There we go. We got them on the page here. We got Blaine, member of the channel, Richard, Indy Shorter, member of the channel, Doug Larson, and Wayne. Nice to see you all here. We also got Chad, Fierce Outdoors. Man, we have got the crew here tonight. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and keep going here. We've got Garmin's GPSMAP 9000 series. I'm actually going to flip over to this guy here. This is the Wired to Fish article that I saw that has some of the detail. Then we'll flip over to the actual Garmin page and get some of the detail here. So this is what it says. You can kind of see the pictures here. These I call them screens. They're MFDs. They're displays. They're chart plotters. This is Garmin's new ultra premium line that is now in the smaller sizes. They launched the ultra premium line starting at 19 inches probably 3 or 4 months ago, and they were flush mount only. Now you can do gimbal mount, and they make them as small as 10 inches. So 10 inches, 13 inches, and 17 inches are kind of the new sizes that they just announced. So if you want to use one for ice fishing, open water on your boat, I think they're a little bit more accessible now. I know I've maybe got my eye on one coming up here, and we'll talk about that in just a second here. But Garmin just dropped the new lineup of chart plotters made for folks who fish hard and expect their electronics to keep up. The GPSMAP 9000 XSV series comes in 10, 13, and 17-inch touchscreen models like we just talked about. Each one loaded with Garmin's best sonar, high-speed networking, and 4K visuals. So sharp, you'll wonder how you ever fished without them. It has their fastest processing yet. Higher screen resolution in next-level built-in sonar. The GPSMAP 9000 XSV series is designed for anglers who want it all. So you can see the 3 new screens here, 10, 13, 17. And yes, this is correct. The 13 and 17-inch models feature a true 4K resolution. The 10-inch model does not have 4K. They have mini LED backlighting, giving you incredible brightness and contrast, even in the bright sun. It's got the faster sonar, so it's got the built-in X-chirp. UHD scanning sonar. Garmin's new rapid return tech doubles the update rate, delivering smooth, detailed returns that help you react faster to what's under the boat. You've got quick connections. This now has the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, not just the 2.4. Software and map updates. Of course, you can still use the Active Captain app. It's got all the navigation stuff already in it, and full helm control, so you can get it integrated into your motor and all the other electronics on your boat. And it's built for sailors too. It has the sail assist in it as well. So let's go ahead and flip over to Garmin's website here, where we've got a couple of things that we're going to talk about here. First is this picture. So what are you going to notice here? You're going to notice it is still, it looks similar to the 8600 series, if you will, on these small ones, the 10 and the 13. you have a spot to attach a gimbal back here. So you can actually put a mount on it. You can put it on a dash. You can put it on a shuttle. You can kind of do what you want with it that way. But you can also flush mount it as well into like a cockpit or into a console or whatever you have. You can do that as well if you're interested for like open water. This is a side view. You can see it does have the gimbal on it. Again, 10 and 13 have this option. 17 and bigger do not. And you can see just how thin it is there. We're going to flip to the back. So what connections are on it? Well, you've got 2 network ports, and these are the BlueNet network ports, meaning it's a little bit of a different network adapter. It's not the Ethernet jack anymore, but these come with a little dongle that you can actually get that goes from BlueNet to Ethernet. Otherwise, you can use the network port into an adapter box that will get you an Ethernet out of it as well. This is a higher speed network connector. It's also proprietary, so you got to love when companies do that. You've got HDMI in and HDMI out. So HDMI out, you can plug it into a TV, you can, put it into a screen recorder, you can kind of do whatever you want with it. You've got that HDMI out, which is great. It has HDMI in as well. So you can feed, if you've got like an underwater camera or something, you can feed that directly into it as well. If you've got anything else that you want on there, if you've got a Chrome stick, if you've got Apple TV, if you've got a cable box, if you've got an antenna or one of those streaming boxes that gets like every station in the world just off of Wi-Fi, you can literally plug those things into it and you would be able to do a split screen if you wanted to and have TV going. I think this one's actually got a built-in speaker on the front too. You could have TV go and watch the football game literally on the same screen as you're fishing as well. This is not new. That the 8600 series from Garmin did also have HDMI in and out, but just wanted to call it, this has both of them. I'll zoom in a little bit here too. You've got a CVBS in. This is basically your coax connection in. So some underwater cameras, as an example, you get like that, the RCA plug, if you will, that will plug directly into this as well. So if you've got that like yellow plug, you can plug that in and get that video onto the screen as well if you wanted to split screen with underwater camera. And then you've got an audio port. You've got a 2-pin power down here. I clicked out of the magnifying glass. You've got 2-pin power, USB-C. The 8600 series previously had USB micro on it. And so this is a step up to go to the USB-C, which is wonderful. You've got the 12-pin transducer, the 8-pin transducer, the NMEA 2000 and the J1939 network ports there as well for networking and hooking different units and adapters up to it. It does not have the the LVS 12 port on it anymore because that product is discontinued. And then down here is where you've got your SD cards behind this flap here. So that's the back of the unit. Now let's see if I can get out of this. What are they saying about it? Well, first, let's take a look at the prices. So you've got the 10-inch now with Navionics Plus and sonar, $36.99. As a comparison, the GPSMAP 8610, which is comparable, it's the unit that I use right now for my screen recording, content creation, like everything that I do. It's my ice fishing main unit, and it's also one of the primary units that I use on the boat, is an 8610. This is about $700 more. The 8610 is now $2,999, so $3,000. This is $3,700. Now, if you did not need the sonar, you can say no, and it's going to bring your price down to $3199.99. Now, what does that mean? If we look at the ports on the back now, what you're going to see is that you still have network ports, USB-C power, NMEA 2000. You've got everything on here, but what you don't have is those 2 transducer ports. So if you're looking for a LiveScope only unit, or you're looking to use this as a second screen hooked up to something that already has a sonar on it, you can save yourself $500 and get this one right here. If you go down to the worldwide base map, you're not saving any money, so it doesn't do you any good to do that. I didn't check and see if you can get, yeah, worldwide base map doesn't save you any money, so there's no reason not to. So that's what we're looking at for the 10-inch. This seems like a pretty reasonable deal to me, knowing how much it's stepping up in terms of the processor, while only being, if you don't do sonar, only $200 more. And honestly, most people are probably either going to have another unit that already has sonar capability in it, or they're going to be using it primarily for live imaging, specifically if you're ice fishing, right? So I know this is not cheap, but this is their new best in class. This is the best screen that you can get that's a 10-inch screen from Garmin right now, is the 9210 XSV technically. But if you get that non-XSV, that's the difference there. So 13-inch, start stepping up. You're looking at $5,000, $500 less if you do the no sonar on the back of it. But this is a 13-inch screen. And remember, 13-inch screen, you still have where you can actually put a gimbal bracket mount on it. I'm thinking about maybe getting one of these for my boat later in the spring. Obviously, we got to get through ice season and we'll see where we're at here, but I might be going this route because the other thing that you get, this is the largest size that they offer in the 9000 series that has that bracket. Everything else has to be flush mounted. But the other thing that you're getting is a 4K screen resolution. We'll scroll down to the specs here in a little bit. The 17-inch is also new as well. And you can see just how thin this is, but it has to be flush mounted. You'll see there is no spot to screw anything into, but that is the way that the 17 and larger work. And you can see you still have the transducer inputs on the back here. And it's $500 less still if you don't do the sonar. So they've got the 17. So those are the three new ones. Now, the 19, the 22, the 24, and the 27 all previously existed. So those are not new. However, the one thing you're going to see here is you cannot click sonar on the 19 to 27. So it's technically a new series that they launched. Because if we look at the back of these units, what you're going to see here, I can try to zoom in. What you're going to see, so this is the back of the 19-inch unit. Yep, the 9019. You've got power, 4 network ports. You've got your audio port. You've got 2 USB-Cs, 2 HDMI ins, 1 HDMI out. You've got your CVBS in, RCA, in your NIMIA 2000 and J1939, and then you've got your micro SD card slots there. The 19, 22, 24, 27, you'll notice don't have the sonar option. That's what's new here is the XSV on the 10, 13, 17, as well as the screen sizes themselves. So that's what we're looking at. Again, these prices are crazy expensive. I get it. However, if you are looking for the best of the best, this is now what that ceiling looks like. This is now, in my opinion, based off of my research, the best screens out there, not only from Garmin, but from any of them. So it's always nice to know kind of like what's the ceiling, what are we working up against, just to compare to, right? So you can see different ways that these things can get mounted here. I did have 2 previews up. You're live. I think I'm the only one. Yeah, Seth, you are on Facebook, sir. I think everybody else is over on YouTube. So you can hop on over to YouTube if you want to chat with everybody else there too. Completely integrated, so you can obviously integrate them into your console. There's a video here, but the video doesn't do very good job explaining any of the benefits. It's just kind of like a silly video. It's like a minute and a half long. It doesn't actually do a whole lot, but these are the primary things that we're talking about here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You've got the premium high resolution IPS sunlight readable touchscreen display, up to 7 times faster processing power. This is one of the massive upgrades, the faster processing power. And if you think about it, this is critical. And now I'll tell you what my thoughts are on this. I think that Garmin has heard the feedback of people want to get rid of their black boxes that they're using, right? And I think what they're doing here is they're making the technology advances needed in these screens to potentially not need that black box in the future. Nobody's told me that. This is a hypothesis, but the reason why you have the black box for LiveScope is because it needs to do the processing for that transducer. The screens aren't powerful enough to do it. Well, now with these screens being up to 7 times faster, maybe we're not going to need that in the future. However, I will say having the black box is really only a downside for like ice fishermen, and then like you could say maybe like kayak fishermen. But if you're in a boat and you've got that thing in a cubby or something like that, it doesn't really matter that you've got the black box. So just an interesting thought around that one. Best sonar ever. So this gets 2 times the ping rate. So you should be able to actually get a more real-time view of all of your sonar, because it should be able to ping twice as fast and have updates on the screen twice as fast. So that is good. And then it now has the BlueNet network ports on it as well. So that is what we're looking at here. If we go down to the actual specs, what you're going to see, this one that we're on right now is the 10-inch. And so you'll see on the 10-inch here, screen resolution of 1920 by 1200. This is the same screen resolution as the 8610 XSV. Now, when we jump up to even the 13-inch, now what we'll see in the specs, 4K IPS mini LED, local dimming backlight, 3840 by 2160 pixels. And now all of them above 13 inches will be the same, 3840 by 2160. So as of right now, the best resolution that you can get to the visual eye is actually on the 13-inch screen, because the 17-inch screen has the same resolution, but it's bigger, which means the pixels will be bigger as well. So the bigger that you go, if the screen resolution doesn't get better, you're going to actually see graininess as well. But 4K is phenomenal, as we all know. Most of us probably have 4K TVs in our houses somewhere. So yeah, so that is the new screen from Garmin. Drop any comments or questions if you have them, and I will go through and try to answer them if we can get to them at the end of the show here. So let's roll through a ton of new things, some deals, some show deals, and some other stuff like that going on right now. First up is Onyx Fish. So I need to show you their Facebook page because it's not actually even on their website yet, but you'll see here on October 31st, so this is like 12 days ago, they announced that Onyx Fish Midwest has now officially expanded to South Dakota. So if you've been waiting to get the Onyx Fish app because you live in South Dakota, well, now is your time. They now cover South Dakota. This is one of my favorite fishing apps that's out there for finding lakes, figuring out what they have in the lakes when I'm, maybe planning a couple of days beforehand. Hey, I want to go catch a walleye and I'm going for size, or I'm going for quantity, or I want to go for jumbo perch. Where am I going to go? This is one of the best research tools that is out there because it ties into all the DNR data as well. And now it's available in South Dakota. If we go to the actual website for Onyx, it doesn't say that yet. It actually still says Onyx Fish Midwest is Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Dakota, Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois. It does not show South Dakota. So Onyx Fish, if anybody is watching this, maybe pop South Dakota in there. That would be helpful. And you do get a 7-day trial. So what I would recommend doing is if you plan on going fishing within the next 7 days, start that free trial, check it out. If you do it now and you're not going to be going fishing, it will still be helpful. You can jot stuff down, but then you'd need to buy it, which it's not expensive. I think it's $35 for an entire year. The way that I use it, I think it's worth it, but not sponsored. I get nothing if you sign up or don't sign up with it. Do your own thing, but I just wanted to share with you because it is a tool that I absolutely love and enjoy using. Chad is asking, wondering why no Missouri. They've just been really working state by state to expand, so Missouri may be coming soon. What are they charging to use Onyx app nowadays? 7-day free trial, and then I think it's 35. Let me flip back to that tab. If we I don't know what's going to auto populate here. Let's do this. I will take a look. Let me pop up this next tab and I will take a look here. Here you go. On Xfish, currently available in select Midwest states, filtered by lakes and species, trophy, keeper potential, public, private land ownership, billed yearly at $34.99. So there you go. That is your pricing on it. All right, let's flip over. Euro Tackle has a new bait for the ice fishing season. They've got a few. We've already talked about one of them a few weeks ago, but they've got the Gamma Fly. $6.99. I think there's 2 packs. $6.99, 2 packs. I'll zoom in. I know this is hard to read, but this is what this guy looks like right here. Here's one of the colorways that you can see, kind of a white. We've got a chartreuse, pink. We've got black and brown. We've got hair on it there as well, as you can see. We've got like a gold one, and then we've got this guy right here. So white glow, chartreuse glow, pink glow, black, gold, and Realix. Realix is what that means. Maybe is what this color is. So more of a real color, evidently. So this is what they're saying here. I've got to zoom out, otherwise this does not work. Here we go. 1/32 ounce tungsten head. You've got epoxy UV coating. You've got a number 12 premium fly fishing hook, an Arex hook. You've got premium hair on the body of it here. And then, of course, you've got silicone legs that you can see down below as well. They've got, I'm not going to read this to you, but I'll just call it a couple of the key things here. Gamma Fly, 1 1/4 inches, 1/32 ounce, tungsten scud hair fly jig. Good for chasing trout, crappie, perch, or bluegill is what they're calling out here. They do have the epoxy UV shell in solid 3D eyes as well. 2 per pack, as we had called out there. Good for ice fishing, stream, river fishing, ponds, lakes. We already talked about crappie, trout, perch, and bluegill. So it looks like it's on their website, $6.99 for a 2-pack, taxes and shipping calculated at checkout. Eurotackle usually does a Black Friday deal, so stay tuned to the channel for that. I'm already making my list for Black Friday. If you're new to the channel and you haven't checked out or been along our journey in the last handful of years here when we do our Black Friday streams or deals, you're going to want to tune in for them because there are hundreds of deals that we talk about, all primarily ice fishing related. So if you're an ice fisherman and you want a deal, you're going to want to tune in because a lot of them you can buy online. Sometimes you got to go to stores, but that'll be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. All right, next up, we got a lot to go through and it's already getting pretty late here. So we will keep on rolling. Summit Fishing has announced it's not for sale yet. It is coming soon. So it's not actually sold out. It's just coming soon. The Summit Bucket Shuttle. So if you're one of those people that is looking for a new fandangled shuttle, Summit maybe has the right solution for you. And I'll have a link to it down below as well. Once the stream's over, once it's available as well, I'll have it linked in there so you can check it out. But it is the Summit Bucket Shuttle. As you can see here, it is intended to go inside of a bucket. Go figure. Who would have thought that based off of the name? What's cool about it is you can see if you've got a 5-gallon bucket, which most of us do, pop the shuttle in there and your screen can be up top. It raises it up off of the ice. It keeps it protected in terms of the base of it. And it's going to be probably easier to move around in a bucket as well. So it gives you some optionality. You can see what the shuttle looks like. It's kind of that base that goes down in. I'm assuming the battery goes inside of the box there. And then you've got your buttons right here on the top for power, directly right there. And it looks like this is maybe a hook thing that you can pull up, maybe to take the battery in and out of it as well. Here is what it looks like in a bucket in a milk crate on an ATV. Here's what it looks like sitting in front of someone down on the ice. So you can see it does raise it up, even if you don't put it in the bucket, which is kind of nice. You're not tilting your head down quite as much. And if you put it in a bucket in your otter box, if you in the side otter box bucket holder, if you do have one of those, and the pictures start over here. So this is what they're saying about it. Proudly made in the USA from start to finish. Cut, assembled, engineered, purpose built. It is designed to fit securely in a 5-gallon bucket, perfect for any ice angler looking to advance their forward-facing sonar. The 5-gallon bucket is not included. Obviously, fits most 5-gallon buckets and supports Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird screens up to 12 inches, fully compatible with LiveScope, Active Target, and Mega Live systems. It is not compatible with standard Summit shuttle accessories, except the Summit UV shuttle light, which is sold separately. It stands 18 inches off the ground. It's the tallest shuttle on the market, offering unmatched visibility and comfort. It does include pole holders that fit the Summit Gen 2 and carbon fiber transducer poles, plus any other 1.125-inch OD pole. Most poles are right about that inch and an eighth, that inch, the 1.125 inches. Tool-free design, easy access battery compartment for toolless battery swaps. It's pre-wired control panel, SAE charging port, 2 power buttons, a main and auxiliary. You've got USB and USB-C ports and a voltage meter built into it as well. An extra cable management space for a rounded handle for easy carrying. It's HDPE built. You can see the batteries that it can fit, all of the big ones, and all of the same stuff that we've been talking about here. So this is new from Summit. I have no clue what the price is going to be on it. I would expect somewhere in that $150 to $200 range. If I was a guessing guy, that is probably where I would peg this thing. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is kind of interesting? Could be pretty cool. All right. Next up, we've got JT Outdoors. If you're a JT Outdoors fan, I've actually never used any of their fishing rods, but my plan is actually to pick up one of these 38-inch gold diggers this year. This is a new rod from them. This is a new release, the 38. I will zoom in. The 38-inch gold digger, medium light, extra fast ice rod. You asked for it, we delivered. They didn't take shortcuts. It's a medium light, extra fast rod with the perfect backbone to absorb every head shake, giving you total control without sacrificing feel. Proudly built in Farmington, Minnesota, and crafted for anglers who appreciate the details. So if we do flip over to their website, they do have it available on their website. Price point is $125. We can see some of the photos here. We've got it in like a black and pink, a black and chartreuse color here. You can see the rods as we go through. And of course, as always, I'll link all this down below in case you want to go and check it out. $125. It's the Sure grip on it, which is nice. It's kind of that rubbery feel to it. You can either get the full grip or the split grip. Here's the split grip. And the full grip is this guy right here. So depending on which one you want to go with, price doesn't change. And then color, you can get either that neon green or the neon pink. You can add it to your cart and you can go ahead and purchase. Otherwise, you can pick it up at 18450 Pilot Knob Road East. So that's a new rod from JT Outdoor Products. Let me know down in the comments if you use JT's rods. I'd be interested to know. Talking about new rods, Fenwick has a new ice rod series that they launched this year. They've had ice rods before. My understanding is they have updated their ice rod lineup with some advancements. So what does this look like? They've got 4 different series. They've got the Eagle, the HMG, the Elite, and the World Class ice rods from lowest to highest. They've made some updates and improvements to it. For sake of time, I will have this up on the screen here. I'll maybe hit a couple of the key points, but I'll have it linked down below if you want to go check it out. I've also never fished with, actually, I might have one Fenwick rod, but it's really old. I might pick up one of these, probably the high end one that they've got here, the world class, just to compare it to other custom rods. But they've got the Fenwick Eagle ice spinning rod. This is a 24-ton solid graphite blend with proprietary reinforcing resin. The Fenwick Design Reel Seat, $74.99 is the MSRP on this puppy. And then you've got the HMG, which is 24/30-ton solid graphite blend, titanium guide frames, thin zirconia inserts, interlocking part lines with smooth transition. 94.95. Then they've got the Fenwick Elite, which is another step up at the 30-ton multi-material TN style split and full length grip. So a different grip on this puppy right here. Titanium guide frames with super thin zirconia inserts, $119.95. And then the highest end one that they have now is the World Class, the Fenwick World Class. 30-ton tubular graphite with proprietary reinforcing resin and solid tips. And it has the REC, the Rec Recoil guides for superior line management. These are my favorite guides to get on an ice fishing rod. Tune-up custom rods also uses these that I absolutely appreciate. But you're getting up there. MSRP 180 to 230, depending on which ones you go with. I closed their website, so I don't have it up. But if you go to fenwickfishing.com, I'll put a link to their page down below. But it's not just one rod. You get to choose a ton of different things. What is the length that you want? What is the action that you want? So you get to choose all of those inside of each of these different classes that they have here. So that is Fenwick. All right. Next up, another new product that we've probably heard a little bit about. I know I heard a little bit about last year, but it is now going to be hitting the market. I guess at the St. Paul Ice Show, it'll be announced. Sealcraft. So that's what this guy looks like right here. It is an airboat, if you will, with a big fan on the back of it here. Let me show you. Here's one video of it. Coming in slowly here, and it will be going over this ice right here. Eventually, it'll get there. Go right over the ice, no problem. So isn't that pretty cool? Well, look at what they actually intend this to be able to do. If we look right here, check this out. It's intended to be able to go on the water or on the ice. Look at how little ice it is. Just a tiny little bit of ice that breaks off. But anyways, if you want to go check it out, I will have it linked down below. The whole idea here is there another way if you're on to go out on ice like this that is obviously not ready, either late ice, early ice, or if you're on bodies of water that just don't totally lock up. If you're going to go really early ice out on Upper Red Lake, if you're going to go out on Lake Superior, right? If you're going to go out in Green Bay where you never know the ice conditions, this could be a safe way to get out there. I've heard the price point on these is about $30,000. So unless you've got that kind of money, you're probably not getting into one, but it is a cool new innovation. So we wanted to talk about it. Not in my cards to be getting anytime soon. I just would get the use out of it, but I could see this for like guides and some of the professionals that are out there for sure. Pretty cool new product. Rapala, I don't know if we've talked about this or not, so I figured, we're going to pull it back up because I want to get a couple of these. Rapala has the Nano Wrap. This is now the tiniest Rapala lure ever made, is my understanding, because they do say that right here. The tiniest Rapala lure yet, with its micro profile and finesse rocking design. The new Nano Wrap excels at vertical jigging, which is what you do in the ice season, triggering more strikes, a weight-forward rattling design to create a subtle vibration on the rise and side-to-side action on the fall. This colorway looks pretty awesome. This is the Wonder Tiger, but of course they've got chrome, blue chrome, glow, glow head spin, glow hot perch. That one looks fire as well. Glow Juicy Lucy. You go on all day. Glow leprechaun. They've got a ton of them in here. Glow tiger, glow metallic rainbow. So there's a ton of really cool colors in here, all 3/4 inches, and they are NR02s, which means it's like that, a size 2. $8.99 per piece, 16th ounce weight. I know I'm going to be picking some of these up as well. This is the Nano Wrap from Rapala. So start making your Christmas list, because as we go through Black Friday, Cyber Week coming up here, you're probably going to want to know what you want so you can go and get it before things run out. Also new is PC Fun has the Carbon X and the Viper X that now have folding handles. This is a big feature for me, specifically on ice fishing reels that I look for, which is the folding handle. So you'll see the ordinary handle. I think it's kind of funny that they call it the ordinary handle. And of course, they show the other side of it. Let me see if this one does a better job with it. If we look at the ordinary handle, here you go. So on the ordinary handle, you'll see it's just your ordinary handle. If you loosen up the screw on the other side, this will loosen up, and then you can kind of fold it in the way that you normally would with any reel. But they now have the folding handle available in the 500, 1000 sizes only. 500 and 1000 in both of those now have the folding handle option. And you can see what that does is it introduces it's not zooming in. It introduces a button here so you can push it in and you will be able to fold that handle in like this. Boom. Just by clicking it, it releases it, and you can see the hinge point right down here that's allowing it to fold in. So we all now know what a folding handle looks like if you didn't before, which I'm sure you all did. But that's 2 of their products. The Viper X, the Carbon X in the 500 and 1000 series now have the folding handle. So that is pretty awesome. Widowmaker has a new lure bait this year. It is the tungsten hammerfly. You can kind of see what these guys look like right here. I picked a few of these up at the Sioux Falls Ice Show because I was pretty excited about it. You can see they got these big eyes on them. They look like kind of like hammer design here. You've got that nice strong hook in there. You can get size 12, 14, or 16. You've got some hair coming off of it. Nice little bug fly body wrap. And they've got them in a bunch of different colors, sizes, 12, 14, 16. As you can see here, we've got some purples. We got some pinks, yellows, the whole ordeal. Number 12 is 209. 14, 209, 16, 209. Oh, you can get one of all of the 6 different colors in the 16 for $11.99. It looks like they're all $11.99. Otherwise, you can choose the color that you want and get a quantity of 1 for that $2 price point. And you can see the detail that's here as well. So Widowmaker lures. This is the MSRP on them, I believe, through their website. I have seen them do Black Friday deals in the past. So if you want these, sure, go pick them up, or look at your next ice show if they're going to be there. Otherwise, look out for some Black Friday deals. Next up, this will be a quick one. I'm sure we've all seen reel tape before. All right, we all know what this is. It's to put your reel on your rod. Well, I thought it was pretty cool. JT now has the Wonder Bread reel tape. So they came out with that as well. So if you're looking for it, it's $11.99. It is the Wonder Bread color. You can go ahead and pick that up from them as well. And who's excited about it here? That's right. Inside of this picture here, we can see there are 2 brand new Catch and Cook flavors. I'm excited about this. They've got the roasted red pepper and garlic. I think Catch and Cook are the best fish coatings. Not sponsored. Don't work with these guys at all. But I honestly like using the spicy and the original, kind of mixing them together. And it's like that perfect coating. I really like it. It's the crunchy original and the spicy. That's what I've been doing. But I can't wait to try out the roasted red pepper and garlic. And then the dill pickle is the other new flavor. So these are two new flavors. They were announced at the Winnipeg Ice Show this last weekend, and they will be hitting stores in the website in the coming days. And I'm trying to get maybe some samples that I can send out to you guys as well. So more to come on that. All right. A little bit of news here from Minnesota, guys and gals. I'm not going to go into the detail here. I'll give you the headline and I'll give you a link to it if you're interested. There's a possible 3 walleye limit for Mille Lacs for the upcoming ice fishing season. Right now, open water, it is a 3 walleye limit. Last year, we had a 2 walleye limit on Mille Lacs. Of course, there's slots and regulations around that. There's a lot of conversation going on right now around like, do we keep the 17 to 20 inch slot? Does it go to 16 to 20 and 1 over 20 that we get to keep? Can we do 3 instead of 2? So there's a lot to be determined. We will not know the answer on this until mid-November. They typically announce it, and then it would typically go into effect on December 1st. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll let you know as we know more. But that is great news for Mille Lacs. It's a healthy fishery, and it's looking even better. Upper Red Lake, if you're one of those people that love hitting Upper Red Lake, there are some regulation changes for the season to be aware of. The walleye limit on Upper Red Lake for the winter season is a 4 fish possession limit with only 1 walleye longer than 17 inches allowed. Last year, it was a 5 fish possession limit, which was not last year. The 2025 open water season had a 5 fish possession limit. So you can read more about it here, but that is because there is it's a healthy fishery and they want to keep it that way from my understanding. All right, some upcoming shows and events that are happening here. Joe's in Roseville, Minnesota, just announced. I was told they weren't doing one, but now they're doing an ice fishing expo. They're doing a Gear Up for Winter sale. That's November 13th to the 16th. So that's this weekend. In one of those days in particular is the 15th, which I believe is Saturday. Yes, it is Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time here in Minnesota. They have got an ice fishing expo. So factory demonstrations, the newest ice fishing gear, and exceptional savings. They usually do have some decent savings on things. I'll try to swing by if I can. However, the Shielding Prairie Ice Fest is this weekend as well. And again, if you're looking to figure out when these shows and deals are, go to alextim.com. I'll have it linked down below. And you will be able to see what all is still coming here. So we've got, of course, Bismarck, Eden Prairie, and the Hardwater show got canceled this year. We've got the Rochester Shields and Fargo Shields Ice Fest all coming up still later this month. I still got to get Joe's put in here, so I will do that probably tomorrow morning. So if you want to go check out, we've got the St. Paul show in here. We've got some in Michigan, Manitoba, Pennsylvania. We got a whole ton of different shows. So go check out the website if you want to know all of the other shows that are coming up. So that way you're connected. All right, some of the deals. Early Black Friday sale is live now on Trika's website. They've got rods and reels on sale. The one that I want to call out because we're talking ice fishing is the Trika Ice Rod. I think this was the same price last year. Otherwise, it could be $10 more. It was either $89 or $99 last year. A pretty dang good deal for these rods. You can choose from, they've got several different ones available. The ultralight extra fast 28-inch. They've got a light extra fast 28-inch, a medium light fast 32, a medium fast 36, and a medium heavy moderate 40-inch. All of them are $99 on sale right now, down from $129. So I would I'm a huge fan of their rods, both open water and ice fishing. I do not work with them. I don't probably need to say that after everything, but because it goes without saying, I don't work with any of these guys. But these are really good rods that I appreciate, and they're kind of at the level of a custom rod while not being a custom rod or costing as much as most custom rods do. This is not new, but it was interesting at the Sioux Falls Ice Show. For some reason, people were going gangbusters over these. This is the Team Northland Flipper Dipper. This is one of those scoops that you can pull the trigger. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You don't. There's no trigger on it here. You put it down in the water, and it kind of flips up like this, so it goes down in the water below the slush, and then as you pull it back up, it kind of opens up, and you can clear out all of the slush in the hole just with one push and pull through. I don't know if they've got a better way to explain it in here. Sports an innovative hinge system that opens when passing through slush and closes to remove slush from the hole. They do make it in an 8-inch, and they do make it in a 6-inch. And so things to know about this is that if you use the 8-inch in an 8-inch hole, it will work great. But if that hole starts freezing up on you, it won't fit because it's intended to kind of hug that hole and pull all the slush out. So just make sure that there's something that you're aware of what that looks like. $20.99 for an 8-inch. The 6-inch is $15.99. Again, not a new product, but evidently for some reason, a lot of people were buying them this year. Talking about deals, if you've been waiting to get a sonar sled from Otter, check this out. Now in Minnesota, there is a place for you to get the Otter sonar sled for $199.99. This is the lowest price I've seen it anywhere. We've seen Frank's Great Outdoors have it at this price, in store only. We've seen the Ramsey Ice Show had it through Thorn Brothers, 20% off. So it was down to $199.99 as well. This is the only other website that I've found that has it for $199.99. Even the Sioux Falls Ice Show, which I'll show you here in a second, had them for $215.99. So they were still more than this even in Sioux Falls. Here's where it gets even better. This is from Joe's Sporting Goods. I personally would not recommend that you wait until this weekend because, as you can see, there are only 8 left in stock. We'll see how quickly they sell out because check this out. You can actually click on it and you can add it to your cart. Let me see if this is going to work. Let me pull up. This is the Sioux Falls Ice Show. You can see it was $215. I'm trying to make sure that this cart thing is going to work here. I don't want to dox myself here. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, check this out. Make sure there's no other information on here that I don't want to share. All right. I'm going to pop back over to this guy. So in the cart, we've got the sonar sled for $199.99 in free shipping. Yes, I know there's an address in here. This is my business address. So if you want to send me stuff, this is the address you can send stuff to. This is the email you all know that's down in the comments as well. So no big deal there. USPS Ground Advantage free shipping. They're going to ship this for free. Nobody else will ship for free that I know of. So if you want to get it, $199.99, shipping is free, taxes here in Minnesota. I know it stinks. So you can get out the door to your door, $216.74. So if you want to go check it out, that's the cheapest price you're going to find it anywhere, is my expectation. Even Black Friday, we're not going to see it cheaper than $199. There is no way we'll find it lower than that. That is my opinion. I could be wrong. But yeah, so that is a great deal. If you're looking for the sonar sled, go check out that deal. I will have it linked down below. Otherwise, Joe's Sporting Goods is the site for that. All right. Garmin deals. This is one of the better deals out there right now. There will be some better deals on Black Friday, but I do want to let you know, if you're looking right now and you're like, what's a good deal? I don't want to wait till Black Friday. I just kind of want to get it, pull the trigger and get it done with, but I don't want to get ripped off. This is the 9-inch screen. It's the Garmin EchoMap UHD2 93 SV. So it's the 9-inch screen. It is the latest and greatest 9-inch screen. It's the LVS 34 ice fishing LiveScope Plus transducer, $21.99, down from $3,000, $800 off. This is actually a pretty dang good deal. The transducer and black box alone are typically $1,700. So if you think about it that way, you're paying $500 to get the screen, which is about on par with what it used to be back in the day, where you could get these 93s on clearance with an open water transducer for about $600, $700 around Black Friday. So this is actually a pretty dang good deal. I would anticipate this to go maybe $100 or $200 lower, just at Scheels alone. I would also expect there to be some other like build your own bundles where you can get a 10-inch screen for not too much more, get some batteries, shuttle, and other things. I will be doing streams on the channel with probably the best 3 deals depending on the scenario that you want to be in. So if you're looking to buy live imaging, tune into the channel. Make sure you're following around the next couple of weeks here. Tell all your friends about it, and I'll make sure I save you all a little bit of money, hopefully. All right, some of the deals that I saw in Sioux Falls. So I did pick up the new Maven ice auger. I have no clue why they've got the 24 volt in the picture here. That is a product that not many people want anymore. But I did pick up the Maven 40 volt, and you can see what the price is here. 8-inch from $580 down to $520. 10-inch from $599 down to $530. I picked up the 8-inch at $520. The reason why is I'm going to be doing some head-to-head comparisons. I'll be doing some videos comparing the Maven 40 volt to the E40 to the Alpha Plus. And then I'm going to also get the Jiffy 8-inch as well, and probably the 10-inch. So we'll be doing some side-by-side comparisons to help all of you out. If you're looking for an auger, you'll at least have something to go off of. So that's the price point you're looking at here. This was $60 off. It comes with 2 batteries in the box. Everybody should have it with 2 batteries. It's a 4 amp hour and a 5 amp hour battery. It's really interesting the way that StrikeMaster does it. So they are talking about how they can drill more holes and more inches than the competition. That's because they put a 5 amp hour battery in it versus a 4 amp hour battery. However, it is still lighter than the Alpha Plus, even with that 5 amp hour battery. So that's something to contemplate as well. And that'll all go into kind of the reviews that we have as well. The auger that I think this Maven 40 volt is going after is the Alpha Plus. I do not see this as trying to compete with the E40. It is trying to compete with the Alpha Plus. And on paper, it's going to be doing a pretty dang good job. But I have not used the Maven through the ice, so I can't compare the actual durability and performance of it yet. But we will this year because it's sitting in my garage. I did purchase one. And then right now, a lot of retailers are doing this deal where you get a free 13 Fishing Maven inline reel with it. It's a $50 value if you purchase a Maven auger, and it's only while supplies last as well. So that was going on. I already showed you this one. Otter sonar sled down from 250 down to 215, and they had a bunch of them sitting there ready to go. One of the better deals that I wanted to buy while I was there, I think I've decided I'm getting the Otter XTR Resort Sleeper because I love how that bench lays flat. And I don't actually need to bring a cot out. I don't need to bring the 2 cot things that come with it. I can cut that weight by taking the headrest and the feet rest out of it. Because realistically, if I'm going out in this flip over, it's only going to be me sleeping in it. If I'm going to do an overnight, if I'm going to go overnight with more than myself, I'm going to bring a hub shelter out, right? So I'm excited about folding that bench down flat, being able to lay on it. If I want to put half of the bench down, I can put half of it down, have my daughter lay there, or whatever, right? My nephew or something like that. So there's a lot of options there, but look at the price point on this. Best price that I've seen. I do not anticipate finding at this price anywhere else. However, here's the thing. They didn't actually have any in stock. So you could buy it from Dakota Angler in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but then you had to wait until they got in stock to then come and pick it up locally. I'm here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota, so I wasn't going to do that. But this is a dang good price from $1,600 down to $1,275. So this is now the price to beat. I'm going to be looking this weekend at Shields in Eden Prairie. I'm going to be looking at Joe's Sporting Goods. We'll be looking Black Friday. We're going to see if we can beat this deal. And then ideally, if you don't need to have it shipped, because I'm sure shipping is going to cost an arm and a leg on these things, because right out of the box, it weighs, with everything there, 252 pounds. It is a heavy beast. Heavy, heavy beast. These are not my peanuts. This is a picture of the Garmin booth there. So one of the things I wanted to show you is the LVS 34 system. They had on sale, instead of it being $1,800, I said 1,700 before. It is 1,800 MSRP. They had it down to 1,650. So that looks like the price that is kind of set out there. I would anticipate we're probably going to see maybe some $1,600 price points right around Black Friday. So stay tuned to the channel for that. There was also some Vexilar deals that were going on in Sioux Falls. Again, these deals are over at Sioux Falls. This was a show deal that went on. You had to be there in person last weekend. However, this is an example of setting the pace for what you can maybe anticipate at upcoming shows and deals coming. So hopefully this is giving you some of that insight here. The brand new FLX 18, they had down $80 for the Gens pack from $480 down to $400, and the Pro pack was down $75 from $499 down to $425. They also had the FL8 for $325 and the FLX12 Pro pack for $400. And then the FLX30 and the 28 they had as well. The 30 they had down to $550, which is a pretty dang good deal because this is a discontinued model. This is a great deal on this unit. The Vexilar FLX 28 Pro pack, originally $619. There's a gift card for $119. That brings it down to $500, it looks like. If it were me, I would go with the FLX 30 for this price point. But again, these deals I don't think are ongoing anymore. So that is what we saw. That is what we saw at the Sioux Falls Ice Show. There's a lot more coming. I've got some videos from the ice shows coming. I've got a video. I think it's going to go up Sunday on the Jiffy hub shelters and accessories that they launched. That's the on ice one. We've got, I've got so much to get out to you all. So we got the Jiffy one. We've also got the portable modified ice shelter show that happened a few weeks back. That video is going to be coming out soon. We've got the ice show videos. I've got a ton coming for you. So they likely won't all come out here before Black Friday. I will try to get as many out as I can. I try to put one video out a week and then the FGTN show just to pace it, not overload you. But we've got Black Friday and Cyber Week deals coming up here. And so we're going to focus on those over the next handful of weeks here. As we get closer to it, I've got a lot of research to do. But if you know, you're going to be saving some money and getting some new cool gear this year through some of those deals. So let me scroll back through here and see if anybody's got any questions on anything. I'll hit a few of them. Maybe we'll hit 5 questions here, and then we'll call it here for the night. Chad saying, I feel sorry for that UPS driver. Yes. For the 252-pound Otter resort sleeper. Doug saying he picked up the Trika ice rod for a 79 at the end of last season. That was back when they did the, I don't expect them to ever do it again. That was back when they did $50 off the ice rods. I think they learned not to do that anymore. So yes, good deal, Doug, but I highly doubt they're going to do that deal again. Oops. Eagle Eye or LiveScope. I mean, if you've got the money, go LiveScope. LiveScope is going to be your full beam, so you're going to have that the full width of the water down there. What is it? 120-degree cone angle versus if you go with the Eagle Eye, it is a lot narrower. It's a third of that, 40 some degrees is what you're going to be dealing with there. So you're not going to be able to see as much of the water column at one time without adjusting your pole, if you will, or angling it around. So definitely go with LiveScope if you've got the little bit of extra funds that would be required for it. However, if you don't and you're looking to get into it, the Eagle Eye is a fantastic unit. Let me see if we've got some other questions here. They used to put used to tag this. Still waiting for ice. Can't wait to get out there. Yeah, me too, Mark. Still waiting on the ice. Oh, here we go. The questions are here. Did you film at the North Metro Ice Show? I did film some at the North Metro Ice Show. North Metro Ice Show, I filmed a couple of the vendors. So those videos will be coming out. And then I also filmed the portable modified ice shelter show in those as well. And in fact, there'll be, I'm doing a collab. I did a collab with Midwest Outdoors. So we'll be on TV. I was the host of that segment, and then it'll be on YouTube on Midwest Outdoors channel as well, which will be coming up. Any word on the Vexilar Vision 100? Not yet, Steven. I do not believe it's going to come out this year. I have a feeling it's going to come out next season. Next ice season. I do believe the Markham live imaging, what are they calling it? The Ultra 3D live imaging or whatever they're calling it for Markham. I heard that is going to be at the St. Paul Ice Show. So coming up here in less than a month. How big of one could you put on your boat? I mean, it's a boat, right? So I could put the biggest screen that they've got on there for sure. Next, we'll see people spending $20K to catch some panfish. Yeah, you never know. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, dude, whatever gets you going, whatever makes you happy, for sure. Garmin 9000, much faster than the 8600 series. Yes, it is much faster. I think the 9000 is worth the price. I think if you have, so I've got the 8610. For ice fishing, I will see almost no benefit in going to the 9210 XSV. So I'm not going to upgrade to the 9000 series for ice fishing. If you've already got the 8610, honestly, save your money. Literally save your money. Would it be cool? Is it maybe going to, work a little bit faster because it's changing between screens? Sure, maybe. But like, you don't have a higher definition transducer, so you're not going to get better sonar pinging out of it as well. And you're not usually networked as well when you're ice fishing because you're using it on a shuttle. So for ice fishing, I wouldn't. Now, if you're looking to get into either the 8600 or the 9000 series, and you're going to be getting it for ice fishing and open water, I'd go with the 9000 series if you can afford it. That's my opinion. On the boat, I do hope to get the 13 or the 17-inch this upcoming year. This budget, depending. I mean, the screens are incredibly expensive. So I got to do some saving up here before boat season because I'd love to get the 4K screen on it. And I'd love to see kind of like how that faster processor is going to do and be upgraded and compatible if Garmin comes out with anything new. I don't believe Garmin's coming out with any new transducers for at least a year at this point. But if they do sneak something out, I want to make sure that I'm ready to go so I can test it for you all. In the market for, this will be the last one for tonight, in the market for 150 amp hour plus battery for a diesel heater. Any suggestions to wait on for Black Friday deals? 150 amp hour plus battery for a diesel heater. I mean, of course, go lithium. Life PO4 is probably going to be your best bet. Let me do some research for you, Richard, and I will get back to you. Amped, I always go with amped. Not sure if another is in my budget. Yeah, I'll let you know. There's usually some pretty crazy good deals that happen around Black Friday. So I will let you know as we get closer to Black Friday. But I would definitely wait for Black Friday because you will get a better deal around Black Friday. Manager EP Shields said the new Markham Live imaging will not be out this year. Their rep was just there. Well, the manager EP Shields and I have different connections, different people we talk to. Um, he could be right, or I could be right. I guess we'll find out now, won't we, Jason? We should do like a bet. We should see who's going to be right. We'll know by the St. Paul Ice Show. So it's 7 times faster processor for the Garmin 9000. That should limit the lag even more, right? Oh, so tempting. It should limit the lag even more. Driftless Edge, do you have the 8600 series right now? Because if you do, I mean, even with it and high noise reject, you like there shouldn't be a ton of lag. Like there really shouldn't be. There is definitely some, but not nearly as much as any of the other units that are out there. If you have like an Echo Map and that's kind of what you're upgrading from, even the 8600 series is significant improvement in terms of the lag. But yeah, faster processor will for sure help with the lag as well. And then open water transducer, resolution, the mapping, like all of those things as well. Looking for ice fishing 8610, waiting for deals. I'm expecting some 8610 deals to hit this Black Friday season as well. So hope you're right, Jason. I think I'm going to be right. I think I'm going to be right on this one. But I hope I'm right too. But we know the price point is between $2,800 and $3,500 for that unit. So it is not going to be cheap. So like part of me is like, oh boy, gotta save up. Johnstown, Colorado Shields told me they were waiting for the Markham Live to come in. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, I know it's not there yet. I think I don't think it'll even be in stores by the St. Paul Ice Show, but I heard that it is going to be at the St. Paul Ice Show, ready to show people and potentially buy at the St. Paul Ice Show. So it should be coming out this ice season, if the people that I talk to are correct. So that's what we got for the show tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you're on the replay squad or if you're in the live chat, please drop down in the comments. Let me know, what piece of gear are you the most excited about this year? Are you excited for Black Friday deals? Are you going to tune in for those? What products do you want to know about that go on sale? And I'll try to keep an eye out for them. So thank you all so very much. Tight lines out there if you're still getting out on the soft water. And if not, start, working on your gear, getting everything organized. I know I need to spend some time out in the gear garage, getting stuff ready to go. There's a lot of ice season ahead of us. So get ready, have fun, take it easy, y'all. Have a good night.